I'm back. Been gone for 4 months now. 4+ months. Because there hasn't been a whole lot to talk about. I guess I could have talked about preseason, but I hate preseason football so much. I didn't want to get into it. I could have weighed in on EJ's injury, but I felt pretty confident that he'd be ready. You know, maybe Gilmore's injury, maybe the Jarvis Bird contract situation. So I apologize. I may have been slacking a little bit. But it's not like I was going to miss week 1. Here I am. Biggest news of the day, EJ Manuel will start. Thought that all along. I did not think there was any way the Bills were going to trot Jeff Toole out there. EJ just had even if it was a scope, there's no structural damage. You just wait for the stitches to heal, as far as I know. The draining of the fluid, you stick a needle and they suck the fluid out and they patch it back up. Like, I'm sure it's sore for a while, but there's no way I figured this guy was going to miss more than 2 weeks. It's been 3 by the time Sunday rolls around, so excited to have him back. Kind of sucks that Cobb. You can make a joke there because Cobb kind of sucks, but it kind of sucks that he's not there. I mean, he looked bad at times in preseason, most of the time, I guess. But he's still got that game experience. He's got that under his belt. So I would like to have him as the backup. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Hopefully, we never come to that type of situation. Because EJ taking on the Patriots this Sunday, I just can't wait. How excited are you guys? The Patriots have beat us, what? How many times? 18 out of the last 20 or something like that? Oh my goodness. But they have a lot of question marks. We might be catching them at the right time. You can make that argument, I suppose. Take a look at the Patriots real quick. Tom Brady, standard. Bill Belichick, standard. Brandon Spikes is a dirtbag. Gerard Mayo, Dante Hightower, Chandler Jones. Okay. I see what you got. Brady's without Aaron Hernandez. What happened? Maybe I should have made a video about that. Gronkowski, I don't think he's playing. I wouldn't be surprised if he suits up, but I don't think he's playing. Brandon Lloyd gone. Danny Woodhead gone. Somebody else. Top 5 receivers. Hold on. Top 5. Welker, Woodhead, Hernandez, Gronkowski. What was the other one I just said? Lloyd. Okay. So he's got a whole new group of receivers. Kenbrell Tompkins, Aaron Dobson, Danny Amendola, who a lot of people think is just going to fit in so perfectly, just like Wes Welker. Why? I think he might, just because the Patriots are so good at getting people into space, and they'll probably do that with Amendola because he's so shifty, a lot like Welker. But he's way more fragile in terms of, getting injured. And I don't think he's as good, but I think Brady can obviously make him look better. So that remains to be seen. But who's the tight end? Zach Sudfeld, I guess. Brady can probably make him look better too. I just think it's going to come down to the Bills putting pressure on Tom Brady. They have to be able to contain Ridley, because remember last year when Ridley and I believe it was Brandon Bolden, who later got suspended, ran wild over the Bills in Buffalo, and that was embarrassing. But I think Ridley is a very good running back. I think it's going to be up to Darius, Kyle Williams to clog the line of scrimmage. Kiko Alonso is going to get his first test. Nigel Bradham's going to get his first test. Against one of the best quarterbacks in the league, against one of the better running games in the league, I'll give Ridley, top 10 or 15 back status. But the Patriots are usually pretty good up front, so they should be able to get a decent push. The Bills are pretty good up front too, but at least once in a while the running back's going to slip through the line, and it's going to be on Bradham and Alonso to fill those gaps. So they're going to get an early test right away. They're going to get an early test on the play action that Brady does, because he sells it as good as anybody in the league. And covering the tight end, they're not going to cover very athletic tight ends like Gronkowski or Hernandez would be, but they're going to have to be there. So I'm going to be watching the linebackers for sure. I'm going to be watching the corners as well, because Gilmore's out. Could you imagine being without Gilmore and Bird week 1 against Brady? Oh my goodness, miserable. Doesn't mean it's not a winnable game, because Leotis McKelvin's still there, and I like Leotis on the outside. I hated him in the slot. Ron Brooks, I'm not so sure about on the outside. I think if they're going to pick on anybody, they might pick on him, but it's not like he's going up against some experienced wide receiver. He's going to go up against a rookie, and Brooks has been in the league for an extra year. So hopefully Brooks has a slight edge up there. I'm not sure how well the Patriot wide receivers have a grasp of that offense. I could picture Brady getting frustrated. You know how he sometimes chews out his players. I could picture that happening with some of the rookie wide receivers maybe running the wrong route or what have you. So that'll be interesting. I'm interested to see Aaron Williams at safety, possibly Jim Leonard as well, new signee. Pretty excited about him. He knows most of Pettine's playbook. I think he'll probably gel right away. I'm just hoping that they didn't bring him in. Like, what's the significance of a 6th safety? I'm just hoping they didn't bring him in strictly for the purpose of replacing Bird because they think Bird's going to be out a while. I could go on for minutes about Bird's contract. I mean, I guess I'm glad they didn't pay him now with that foot injury. He's going to hurt his value if he doesn't play, so I know he's going to try to play. But secondary's got their work cut out for him. Obviously, with Brady, the whole team has their work cut out for him. Because offensively, the Bills have C.J. Spiller, yes. They have Fred Jackson. They have some consistency at offensive line. They re-signed Eric Wood. Cordy Glenn is there. Left guard, Colin Brown. See how he does. Eric Piers and Craig Urbick. They're pretty solid. They're pretty solid there. So Manuel, I expect to have pretty decent protection. And he's going to need it because of guys like Chandler Jones and Wilfork on the D-line. They have good linebackers in Mayo and Hightower. I hate Brandon Spikes so much. God, such a dirtbag. It's going to be on, obviously, EJ, because you know the Patriots are going to try to bottle up C.J. Spiller. That's what you have to do. So we'll see what EJ's ready for. I mean, we have reason to be optimistic about him as our quarterback. I think in the preseason that he showed capability, at least. Might not have been, dynamic like you would like to see, but he's a rookie. I mean, he's not RG3. He's not Andrew Luck. Maybe he could be a Russell Wilson type of player, though. Who knows? Give the kid a shot. I think we're excited about that. Seeing where he can go. He's got Steve Johnson. He's got Robert Woods, who I think is just a really polished wide receiver, and I think he's going to do good things for the Bills. Even though some receivers who came out of USC previously weren't very good, like Dwayne Jarrett and Steve Smith, they were pretty average. But I think Woods is one of the more polished. So he's got good speed. It's not like Stevie, I think. Maybe with a little bit better speed. So optimistic on that front about the weapons. Marquise Goodwin looks pretty good. Super fast. Can definitely create separation. TJ Graham can pretty much do the same thing. Scott Chandler is the tight end. He's 6'7". He's bringing size. I mean, don't get all gassed up over the power rankings on ESPN and how the Bills are ranked 30th. Because that doesn't matter. Obviously the Bills are ranked 30th. Why wouldn't they be? They haven't won in 13 years. You got to prove it. Winning solves everything. So if they start winning games, they'll get respect around the league. E.J. Manuel's already getting respect around the league, I think. You watch shows, and if you watch ESPN or NFL Network, nobody really says anything bad about him. He's a big kid, bright, intelligent, a lot of confidence. Love what he said, that he expects to win. Successful winner at Florida State. We'll see. Tall task coming into Ralph Wilson Stadium for his first game against the Patriots. I think it's just because it's Tom Brady and Belichick, and they've just had the Bills' number. And so I don't even know what to expect if Marrone is going to catch him off guard, sort of like the Bills did in, what was it, 2009, when Alex Van Pelt was there, and it was T.O.'s first game as a Bill. And the Bills should have won that game. They let an 11-point lead get away in the last 5 minutes, which was miserable. But I guess it could be similar to that type of situation. Marrone's an unknown. EJ's an unknown. You know what you have in Spiller. You know what you have in Johnson. You have all this talent on defense with a new defensive coordinator. It's difficult I'm sure it's difficult for a coach, even like Belichick and Josh McDaniels, to game plan for that, because you don't have a whole lot of film on these guys. That said, I still think the Patriots have the advantage just because of the experience they have at quarterback. You're facing an elite quarterback. And I think when you look at the Bills' schedule, that is going to be, if anything is a downfall of their season, it's going to be the number of elite quarterbacks they have to play, like Brady, Flacco. If you want to debate elite, fine, we can do that, but Flacco's got a Super Bowl. Roethlisberger's got 2 Super Bowls. Ryan, Breeze, like guys like this. These are high-quality quarterbacks that are on the schedule this year, and then we'll give the Bills a pretty good challenge, to say the least. Cam Newton, if you want to throw him in there, athletic. So, we will see. We'll see what our defense is capable of in the first 2 weeks, because you got the statue. Tom Brady's not going to move around a lot. He's a pocket passer. And you're going to get Cam Newton in week 2. Moves around, a lot like a running back. So you're going to see where the defense plays to its strengths and where it plays to its weaknesses, where everything sort of sorts out. Hopefully they just don't get torched by both, because then I'm going to be miserable. And there's a good chance I'll be miserable anyway. Like I said, I'm optimistic about the season. I think they have a lot more talent than meets the eye. They're not incredibly deep, which I don't like, because Gilmore goes down, and then suddenly I'm worried about corner. Justin Rogers is going to play. Oh my God, Justin Rogers, face, palm, palm, face, face, palm, palm, face, palm, face, face, palm. If I have to watch him on Danny Amendola, I know Danny Amendola is going to have a good game then, but which could happen, which will largely affect my prediction coming up in a minute. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this team this year, about Sunday, about the future. I want to know what you guys what you guys think. As always, you can follow me on Twitter. It's my handle is the same as my username for YouTube, GTorlone, GTORLONE. So you can hit me up there. I see every tweet that you send me, and 90% of the time I'll respond. So you can get a hold of me there, and you can obviously get a hold of me on YouTube. Like I said, I'll bring it. I want to hear it. Bills, Patriots. Bills 2013 season. Doug Marrone, EJ Manuel, Mario Williams in his second year. What do we expect? Bird, his contract, Gilmore, all that stuff. Bring it. But right now, this Sunday, the Bills taking on the Patriots. Let's see. What do we got? We got an unknown Bills offense. We got an unknown Bills defense. We really have no clue what the Bills are running defensively. We have young linebackers, Bradham, Alonso. We got crafty veterans, Jerry Hughes, Manny Lawson, Mario Williams, Kyle Williams. We have young guys in the secondary, Ron Brooks, Aaron Williams, Denoris Searcy, Duke Williams. We got another veteran in Jim Leonard. How does that gel against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? I just think the Patriots have our number, guys. It is what it is. I'm trying to be realistic here. Obviously I would love for the Bills to knock them off. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Patriots are going to beat the Bills. Let's see. Something stupid. 33-21. There you go. Guys, if you came this far into the video, thank you. Salute. As always, I'll see you at the Ralph, section 221, 222. That's where I'm working. And as always, go Bills.